Good morning, my dear children. Today I am going to start lesson 2.3, The Man Who Killed My Dog. Now, in this chapter, first of all, you have to see the topic. What is the name it is given? The Man Who Killed My Dog. That means in this story is about a dog who was killed by a man. Okay? Now, some people drive very risklessly. They hit someone while driving, but never stop to help the victim. Such drivers are called hit and run drivers. Here, first of all, here some people means not all the people. Some people drive very risklessly. Risklessly means carelessly. Okay? And they hit someone while driving. While driving means anything they can drive, bike, scooter, car, whatever it is. So, when they drive risklessly, they hit someone but never stop to help the victim. Okay? They hit someone and never stop to help. Such drivers are called hit and run drivers. Okay? So, what is the meaning of hit and run drivers? Means those drivers hit someone while driving and never stop to help the victim. These drivers are called hit and run driver. Means after hitting, they ran away. Here you will read the story of a person whose dog named Wendy was killed by a hit and run driver. The man knew nothing about the driver, but he decided to write him a letter through a newspaper. Here is what he wrote in his letter. Now, here in this chapter, you will read the story of a person whose dog named Wendy was killed by a hit and run driver. That means one dog was killed by a man. Which man? By hit and run driver. And that man was very sad because his lovely Wendy, his lovely dog, was killed. And this family was very upset. So this man has decided he has to write a letter through a newspaper because he don't know nothing about the man. But then also he want to write a letter through a newspaper. Okay? So here he decided to write a letter in which he will write all the things what he was feeling. Here is what he wrote in his letter. So whatever I am going to read now, this is a letter. Now see what he has written. Dear Sir, I hope you were going somewhere important on Tuesday night. That was why you drove so fast down the road. Perhaps we would feel better if we could imagine that you were a doctor rushing somewhere to ease somebody's pain. We would not feel so bad if we could think that the life of our dog went to shorten someone's suffering. Now here, first of all, this man is written very nicely. He has written, Dear Sir, I hope you were going somewhere important on Tuesday night. That means that accident happened on Tuesday night. So this man is saying, I hope you were going somewhere important. Okay. So when we are going somewhere important, that's why we are driving fast. So he is saying, maybe you are going somewhere important on Tuesday night. That was why. That was why means that was the reason you drove so fast down the road. That's why on the road you was driving your car so fast. Because you may be going somewhere important. Now he is saying perhaps we would feel better if we could imagine that you were a doctor. Here this man is saying we would feel better if we could imagine that you were a doctor, and that's why you are going somewhere, rushing somewhere to ease somebody's pain, because doctors are mostly going in hurry burry to ease somebody's pain. So this man is saying that if we think that we would feel better if you are a doctor and that night you are rushing somewhere to ease somebody's pain, then we would not feel so bad. That's why we would not feel so bad if we think that the life of our dog went to shorten someone's suffering. Okay? So if this man was a doctor, then they can understood that this night this man was going in hurry burry, rushing somewhere to ease somebody's pain. That's why they can take relief that their dog's life gone for somebody's shortened to somebody's suffering. Here again he is saying, but sir, now we know too much about you to believe it. True, we know nothing of your name or address, but we know all about the form and content of your heart. Now he is saying, but sir, now we know too much about you to believe it. How he can know too much about to believe it? He is saying, true, that is true. We know nothing of your name or address. Okay? We don't know anything about you, your name or your address, where you are living, nothing we know. But we know your character. We know your content of your heart. We know the form of your behavior. So that's why he is saying, but we know all about the form and content of your heart. Because if you have hit someone by mistake, what is your duty? You have to help the victim. You have to stop your driving. You have to see what happens around you. You have to go for help. But this man, because of his behavior, he didn't help that. He didn't want to see what was happened that day. He just gone away, ran away. So by the behavior, that man is saying, we know all about the form and content of your heart. Means what type of person you are, he understood. Now see, as you can see this picture, this dog was killed by this car. Now, all that we saw of you on that Tuesday night was your car's shadow and its jumping tail lights. Means this man is saying, we don't know your name, we don't know your address, but we know the content of your heart. How? Because what they have seen your car shadow and the jumping tail lights. Jumping tail lights means the lights of car when it is running, how it is showing, like jumping way. So jumping tail lights he has seen. You saw the dog and stepped on your brakes. You felt a thump, didn't you? You heard a yelp and then my wife's scream. But what excellent reflexes you have got. You heard both the yelp and the scream. Then at once you jumped on the escalator and got out fast. Now this man is saying, written in this letter, you saw the dog. Means when you were driving, you saw the dog and stepped on your brake. And then you have seen the dog and you stepped on your brake. And when you brake, you felt a thump. Thump means jhatka. Didn't you? Then he is asking, didn't you felt the thump? Because suddenly you stepped on the brake, so you feel something. Didn't you feel? You heard a yelp. And then my wife's scream. My wife shouted. She screamed then also you have hurt. But what excellent reflexes you have got. Means what a nice thing you have done. You have got. You heard both the yelp and the scream. You know something happened. Someone came in front of your car. Then at once what you had done? You jumped on the escalator and got out fast. Means you didn't stop to see what was happened, who came in front of your car. You just jumped on the escalator and got out fast. Sir, you didn't bother to look back. So I will tell you what that thumb was and who gave the yelp. It was our Wendy, a 6-month-old based puppy. Lovely white coat with brown and black marking. An aristocrat with 12 champions among her phobias. How she cloned and chased. How she loved people and children and the other dogs. Now, this man is writing about this. You gone so fast, you jumped on the escalator and didn't see what was happening in front of your car. Then this man is telling him, sir, you didn't bother to look back. Means you didn't wait to look back. What was happened there? So I will tell you. Now this man is telling him, so I will tell you what the thumb was and who gave the help. Now this man is telling that person through a letter that now he is telling what was happened at that night on Tuesday night. It was our Wendy. Wendy means Wendy was the name of that dog. It was our Wendy, a 6-month-old based puppy. Based means, you can see the meaning here, a dog with short legs, a long body and long ears. So the Wendy was based puppy, means having short leg and long body with long ears. Lovely white coat. Coat means the fur of animals, we can say coat. Lovely white coat with brown and black marking. Okay. An aristocrat. Aristocrat means what? Of very high breed. Okay. Aristocrat means high breed dogs. Dogs are having different breeds. So this dog was belonged to high breed. And along with that, with 12 champions among her forebears. 12 champions means winners in competition. Means this dog had won so many competitions among her forebears. Forebear means in his dog groups. Those of a family who lived long time ago, ancestors. That means in his group he has won 12 champions. Means 12 competitions. How she cloned and chased. How she cloned and chased. Clone means behaved in a silly way in order to make others laugh. Now she is given, that means the dog was a female dog. Okay. How she cloned and chased means making other people happy or laugh. How she loved people and children and the other dog. Here this man is telling that man about his dog's quality. Okay. Now, I'm sorry you didn't stick around to see the job you had done. Surely, a dog dying by the side of the road is no pretty sight. So perhaps you thought it better to forget all about the thumb and the yelp. But sir, in less than 2 seconds, you and that car of yours transformed a living thing into a lifeless lump. Now this man is saying, when he described his dog, after that he is saying, I'm sorry you didn't stick around to see the job you had done. Stick around means you didn't wait there to see what the job you have done. Means you had killed one dog by your car just because of carelessly you was driving. So, and after killing, after the accident, you didn't stop to see what was happened. Surely a dog dying by the side of the road is no pretty sight. Means this man is saying it is true that when you have seen so many accident in the roadside, dogs are lying down and very it was not a good sight. Good sight means it is not a good scene. No one wants to see this sight. Sight means scene. Animals are dying on the roadside, it does not look good. Is it look good? No, na. So surely a dog dying by the side of the road is no pretty sight. So you thought it better to forget all about the thump and the elk. So that's why you didn't stop and you thought that it is better to forget all the things and just ran away from here. But sir, now this man is saying, but sir, in less than 2 seconds, in less than 2 seconds means within a second, what you had done, you and your car transformed means changed a living thing into a lifeless lump. Means a beautiful thing. You just transform a beautiful, lovely thing, lovely Wendy, living thing into a lifeless lump. Lump means shapeless mass. Means after the accident, how the bodies was lying on the roadside, you can imagine just. So, lifeless lump. It was living thing and then it transformed into lifeless lump. So who transformed this? That man, hit and run driver, who just transfer a beautiful dog into a lifeless lump. Dear children, today I will taught you only this much. We will continue next part in the next video. So now I'm going to end this video. I want all the children to read this chapter once again. Okay, I'm going to end this. Thank you, children.